and welcome to a new video. Excuse my voice, I'm quite sick, but leaving that aside, how many times have you heard, "You're just too kind," or "You shouldn't be such a nice person"? Be that nice, just be like them. Treat them the way they treat you. And as nice as it might sound, as appealing as it might sound, there's nothing better in life than staying true to yourself, than being true to who you are. There is nothing that gives life more meaning than being yourself. And you've probably, if you're watching this video, you probably think and believe you're a good person. Meaning you've probably been told that so far in life. Meaning you've probably tried to be a bad person. Meaning you've tried not to be as kind, and probably it hasn't worked, has it? Because for me at least, I've tried 1,000 times. Okay, I'm just going to treat them with the same coin. I'm not going to be as kind. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Wrong. It doesn't work. It might work for some time, don't get me wrong, maybe for a few weeks or a month, but then you'll start to feel empty. You feel empty inside. You feel rotten. You feel like, what am I doing with my life? Because you're not being true to yourself. So my advice, and the whole point of making this video, is just a nice little reminder for you to stay true to yourself, for you to still be the good person you are, putting everything aside, everyone else aside, everyone that might be kinder to you or less kind, forgetting everything around you, and remembering who you are. And even though people are not going to be as kind all the time, because you're always going to expect that they're going to be as lovely and amazing as you, but they're not. It is very hard, but at the end of the day, I think you have to see the people that are like you, or actually see yourself and see the good you do for the world. Just being a good person, when you walk in life and you walk with your good, nice heart, just trying to do the best that you can. I've tried 1,000 times being a bad person. Not being a bad person, but being like, if this person has done this to me and it's not right, I'm just going to try to level up or down, level down at their level, just so that I don't feel like I'm stupid. And once again, it might work for a short period of time, but it's not sustainable, because what is going to happen after you start behaving like that for a long time is that you're going to feel miserable and unhappy. And you can analyze yourself and just realize, well, this doesn't suit me. I don't feel connected with this kind of behavior because I'm not behaving in a way that I look up to. So I've realized, you've probably realized, as long as you are for a short period of time trying to do that, trying to be someone you're not, you have to go back to who you are. Because even though people will disappoint you and you'll feel sometimes sad, like, oh my God, this, you will still feel within yourself good. You'll still feel good within yourself because you're being true to who you are. There's this thing within and inside ourselves and our souls that when you're doing things that don't feel right, or imagine as a kid, they force you to do a sport you don't like, your parents want you to study something and you don't, you feel sick to your soul, or mostly like sick to your stomach, because that's not the right thing, right? It doesn't feel right. It is the same with this. You might try to be someone you're not, just to not feel as frustrated, but it won't work for a long time unless you just lie to yourself and decide being miserable and happy, which hopefully is not the case. But I just want to remind you that it is worth it, always being who you are, especially if you're a good person. And I know you might feel like people don't see you, but I promise you, people actually do see you. I see you. I had a time in my life, I always try to like be as kind as possible everywhere. In the street, with strangers, when I would go to the bakery, store, everywhere, supermarkets. And I've realized what you think and what you focus on, it's what you will see. Example, I used to be very negative, and for a very long time in my life, kind of still to this day, I used to think everyone is evil. Oh my gosh, like people are so evil, everyone is a bad person. There is so much more bad people than good in this world. And it is something I've always had growing up in my family and then some friends. So I realized I made myself believe that everything and everyone in the world, so probably all of you, are horrible. And I genuinely believe that. So imagine how I went into my daily life. Imagine how I went when I walked in the street, when I went to the supermarket, when I went to a shopping centre to buy some clothes. I genuinely believed within my heart, because it's all that I've ever had, that everyone was a bad person and everyone had evil minds, evil thoughts, evil wishes, evil ideas. This created me to be scared. Like, this created fear inside myself to the point that I struggled to go to the street. And when I went, I was always scared and nervous, and all I could see is what I thought and what I believed. There was no room for anything else. All I could see all these years was the bad people. When someone was kind to me, which was many times, I didn't see that. It's like I didn't see it. It happened. I might think about it for a second, but because I believed so much that everyone was bad, I could only see and put all my energy onto the bad things that happened, that of course also existed. Moment when I started to switch my mind to reminding myself, there's also good people. I pinky promise you, days after, all I could say was the good. Every time someone was kind to me, I thought, they're so kind. Like, typical bakery shop that I always go and they know me. So they're always like, oh, hi, pretty. Like, and this girl is super kind. I thought, she's so lovely. And I had never thought that before. I was so focused that they were bad that I didn't even allow myself to really interact. Like, I wouldn't look at them much, or I would be serious or look like this, like a puppy, like a scared puppy, because I was scared, because I thought they're all evil. So, you don't really allow them to smile at you, right? Or be kind, because you're just the serious one. And I swear everything changed for the moment that I allowed my mind to realize that good people also exist. Hello. Everything changed. And even though I see the bad, I see the good. And now I've realized there's also so many good people, which makes you happy, and it makes you feel happy as well about who you are, if you're a good person, if you try your best to be one. Now when you see the good and you realize people are also good, you feel more at peace within yourself, because you see you're not the only one. These people working so hard, many hours, and always smiling, giving their best. They probably have customers that are really rude. Maybe before they thought I was miserable because I was always so serious and insecure, whatever. But like, from the moment that you change your focus, your reality changes, because you start to perceive things that you have never seen before, even though they were happening. And I don't know, but this really added so much value into my life, because it allowed me to also not be scared of people. It allowed me to trust people in a way, to at least give some room to think they're good-hearted people and that they don't want me to have a bad life, and it really made me feel so much more positive about every single action that I took in my daily life. And then I started to see all the amazing people that I interacted daily and were extremely nice. And I didn't even realize, I never even thought about it. And I felt guilty. I still feel kind of guilty about that. But important thing is realizing. An important thing is, this life, I get really scared when I say it's not forever and stuff. So I don't want to get into that. But there is nothing more beautiful than being